and welcome to this video. My name is Tyler and today I have a very interesting video for you. It's all about Miss Oprah Winfrey and fame. As you can see, I am channeling my inner Oprah. Before I get started, I want to say hello to all of my new subscribers, hello to all of my old subscribers, and hi to anyone who is seeing me for the very first time. Hopefully you stick around. I would love to have you. As many of you might know, my channel is primarily focused on books written by Black authors and self-help books. And today I'm going to be talking about a book called The Uncommon Wisdom of Oprah Winfrey. And the reason why this book is interesting is because it's not a book that was actually written by Oprah herself, but it is composed of quotes made by Oprah over the years. It's edited by a man named Bill Adler, who is a critic and journalist. And he found all these quotes in newspapers, in articles, in magazines, on television shows, in her speeches everywhere. But today I'm going to be highlighting the quotes she's made about fame and being famous. She's one of the most famous women and the most famous people in the world. So it'll be super interesting to hear what she said. Fame is super interesting anyway for me because I don't understand how celebrities can sit down and talk about how miserable they are being famous and people still seek fame. They still want it so bad. So anyway, this is going to be interesting. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. So this is the book, The Uncommon Wisdom of Oprah Winfrey, and I want to say that Oprah is no different from a lot of people in the world. She wanted to be famous even at a young age. She went to LA at age 16, saw the Hollywood stars, and she said to her dad,
"One day I'm gonna have a star next to all of these stars."
So she also wanted to become famous, but I think that what's different about her is that she found herself. She knew herself before becoming famous, so that has allowed her to stay true to herself and to not be affected by fame like a lot of other celebrities have. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into these quotes by Oprah Winfrey. There's a chapter in this book called The Fame Thing. I was sitting reading a paper waiting for the plane when this woman who recognized me came up and stood with her face so close to me I could have kissed her on the lips. She spoke to the woman for a few minutes and then went back to reading. The woman's friend scolded her for being rude. Let's stop there. So Oprah Winfrey is in the airport waiting for her plane. A woman comes up to her, gets too close to her. Oprah, instead of shooing her away automatically, gives her a little bit of time. She goes back to reading whatever she's reading, and then she's scolded for being rude. What else was she supposed to do? She says, "What is expected of me? What do I owe people?" I realized I had to come to terms with this celebritydom. She calls it celebritydom. I realized I can't walk around feeling miserable because I didn't embrace everybody in the airport. That's just sad. It's sad that people think that you owe them something because you're a celebrity. What does that mean for the celebrity? Does that mean they're supposed to give all of their time and attention to every fan who loves them? Do you know how exhausting that would be? I mean, a nice wave, a smile, a hello is fine. But I guess some fans just think that celebrities owe them all the time in the world, and that is just rude. In 1992, she spoke about how celebrities deal with fame. She says, "If you come to fame not understanding who you are, it will define who you are. It shouldn't change you. If you're a jerk, you just get to be a bigger jerk. What fame does is magnify who you are and puts that on a platter for the whole world to see." That's why I believe that some influencers, content creators, celebrities, they should be afraid. They should be afraid, because if you approach fame and you're already not the best person, you're not a sweet person, you're not humble, fame is going to make you look worse. I'm beginning to feel marketed, you know? I'm beginning to feel like I'm packaged realism, which doesn't make me feel too comfortable because I just am what I am. I feel like I have to be the second coming, and I'm not. I'm just Oprah. Plain old Oprah. This quote reminds me of something that Elaine Welteroth, who is the editor-in-chief of Teen Vogue, she released a memoir not too long ago called More Than Enough, and she was talking about this same exact thing, about how when she reached a certain level of fame, people expected her to have all the answers. And not only did they expect her to have all the answers, but they also expected her to say everything correctly all the time. And they expected her to just be this perfect person, like Oprah said, the second coming of Jesus. And it's just unrealistic. And it goes back to the fact that people have these unrealistic standards that they expect celebrities to meet for some odd reason. She says, "I don't see myself as an icon. I see myself as a person who heads down to Walgreens to load up on Nivea lotion." And I respect that 100% because I feel the same way. I'm nobody special. Me and Oprah are on two different levels. But I see Oprah as a normal woman. Do I look up to her? Yes, I look up to her, but do I expect her to be perfect? No. Celebritydom is dangerous. Adoration is unhealthy because most people cannot put it in perspective. And I completely agree with her. I think that adoration is unhealthy. Putting people on a pedestal because they're on TV is unhealthy because it's like, well, who are these people really? We know who the media portrays them to be. We know who they are in front of the cameras, but who are they? So what I find really interesting about Oprah when it comes to fame is that she kind of views it in a different way than a lot of celebrities. In different celebrity interviews that I've saw, a lot of them are not happy. A lot of them find fame to be very intrusive, and not to say that Oprah doesn't find it intrusive, but there's a difference between people who are famous, who had found themselves, who know who they are before they became famous, and then people who grew up in the spotlight and have no idea who they are. There's a difference between those people. And she says this is about being who she is and what she is. She says, "It's a lot of fun. I can tell you that. It really is a lot of fun. It certainly is more fun than I thought it was going to be." And I thought that this was interesting because it seems as though nobody else thinks that the life they live is fun necessarily. But I guess when you are living the same life you would live off camera if you were not famous, if you're living that same life while being famous, I could see it being fun too, because you have people who admire you and you have people who look up to you, who you help all the time on a daily basis, but you're still you. Your personality is still the same. So I think that the key to succeeding with fame is to go into it knowing who you are. Don't get lost in who the media portrays you to be. This whole celebrity fame thing is interesting. I'm the same person I always was. The only difference between being famous and not being famous is that people know who you are. And that's Oprah. That's Oprah's experience. And if I was famous, I would hope that that was my experience too. I believe your personality is formed at a very early age. Fame can magnify that personality for good or bad, but it can't change it. So when people say to me, "Don't change," I'm thinking, to what? To who? Who else would I be? Touche? Too freaking shay. Fame can magnify your personality, but it can't change it necessarily. And I'm not famous, so I don't know all of this for sure, but considering everything that I've read and watched, I kind of know this to be true. And I believe Oprah. I trust her. She has a few quotes about the tabloids. She says, "The only thing I hate about the press is the tabloids. I think they're verbal pornography." And I completely agree with this. I never talk to them. They just write whatever they want. And that is evil in my eyes. That's so evil. For you to just sit in your office every single day and to construct stories about people you've never met, you've never talked to, just spitting out lies. That just sounds like bad karma to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It just sounds like something's coming for you. I know everybody's watching what I'm ordering to eat. I don't even have to think about it. I know that somewhere they're in the bushes and they take just the worst shots. More about the tabloids. She says, "If I'm pregnant, I don't know it." Could you imagine what it's like to wake up every day and read stories about yourself that are just so bizarre? And what I'm thinking is, not only does it affect you, but it affects who you're in a relationship with. It affects your family probably. Because if I'm married and stories come out about me being pregnant, but the person I'm married to has not impregnated me, who am I pregnant by? And how is that gonna make him feel? I mean, I know they probably get used to it and all, because it's like, well, this is not true, so they're lying. It's a tabloid. But still, it just would suck. That would just suck really bad. I live a life of a celebrity and all that stuff, and people always say, oh, that just comes with the territory. I think it's a very dangerous sign in America when it can continually happen again and again, because today it's happening to me. In a couple of years, it might be you. And you know what? That's just a great quote to end on. I think that when people believe that you sign up to have your life invaded on when you become a celebrity or a famous person, that's incorrect. People are not naturally okay and used to other people being involved in their everyday life, involved in their relationships, involved in the relationship with their kids, involved with what's going on with their family, and constantly watching them do regular people things while commenting on their weight. They lost this much weight. Oh my God, she looks big. She looks like she's getting old. It's just such a weird concept if you think about it. Being famous just seems to be not so fun. And you heard it here first from one of the most famous women, most famous people in the world. And like I said before, she is different because she is a grounded woman. She has always been grounded. She's always known exactly who she is. And I'm sure there are other celebrities like her in that sense, but it's scary to know that most of them are not like that. There are a lot of child actors who have grown up in the limelight, who have no idea who they are. And then when they have these breakdowns because they're trying to be themselves, but they can't, people wonder what's wrong with them. Well, they don't know who they are, and they're trying to be who they are, but everyone is criticizing them for doing normal people things. And that is really sad. I've always said that if fame ever came to me, I'd deal with it. You know, I'd figure out how to deal with it in a healthy way, but I've never went out of my way to be famous or ever did anything to be famous. I think that when you are trying to become famous, you're in trouble. But yes, let me know down below if you enjoyed this video and maybe you want me to do another one. I hope that you learned a little bit more about Oprah herself and about fame. I know I did. Before you go, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you are always notified when I post a new video, which is on Tuesdays right now. I don't want you to miss anything. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will be seeing you in my next one, hopefully. Bye.